Today, the weather is beautiful. I love to think with the guitar in my hands. I feel that I can say what I think. I'm honest with it. So, while I reflect and make a general inventory of my life, I close my eyes and think that the phrase unconditional love is quite complex. I imagine that while the sun stares at me, on the other side of the ocean, it is the moon that accompanies you. There must be many kilometers that separate us. Yes, I think of distance, the geographical space that separates America from Europe, for example. I think about time, hours, minutes, also months, but especially I think about years. It must be very risky to make a promise for a lifetime. That is, many things can happen, many problems, accidents, disagreements, discussions, without including the typical intrusion of third parties. Anyway. Also, how likely is it to survive the attacks that a couple receives before getting separated? I sighed. I close my eyes, inhale quickly, and exhale slowly. I'm happy, but I want to share my happiness with someone who understands me, someone who knows me. I met that human being a while ago. I know him. I know his name, where he lives, what he does, what he loves, what he's good at, and what he's bad at. I also know very well his defects, his fears, his insecurities. I'm sure he's the one. So I did it. I flew. Finally, we meet again. After so much time and so much distance, here we are. We looked into each other's eyes and knew that, although we had so many things to tell each other, so many experiences to share, and although individually this time and the experiences we lived had changed us, we loved each other. For me, there is no happy ending if the story does not end with the character growing autonomously and struggling to achieve his goals and dreams. Therefore, today, I'm happy. Not because there are no problems to solve, misunderstandings to clarify, or bills to pay. I'm happy because despite all of this, despite having learned to live in abundance and poverty, I have determined that my condition does not depend on my situation. I say that I'm happy because today I know that the being is the essence, what does not change, and the being is ephemeral and often depends on the context. If I lose a friend, I may be sad, but I don't stop being a happy person. To eat in my favorite restaurant with the same passion that I taste a little bread. To travel and get to know the culture and landscapes of the world with the same expectant attitude with which every day I know a little bit more about my own city. With the people I love, there have been differences to solve. Geographical distances separate me from my best friends, from my relatives. We have perfect days and others not so perfect, but our happiness does not depend on that. I am happy because I decided to be. Because relying on others for your own well-being is emotionally exhausting. And because I have realized that regardless how, when, and where, my eternal company was, has been, and always will be the girl in the mirror.